What is up, legends? Martin Legend and Theodore the Magic Mascot back with another card trick. You guys have seen a version of this card trick before, so this is a revised version of this card trick, and the reason I did this is because there's one situation where this card trick, that's one of my doors that just slam shut. I don't know if you guys heard it, but if you did, that's just one of my doors slamming shut. It's just a wind or something, maybe a ghost. One can only hope, right? Anyway, no, I don't want to say things like that. Anyway, so yes, this is a revised version because there's a certain scenario or a couple of scenarios where this trick won't work so well, and I'm going to address those scenarios now. But I'm first going to show you the performance, and then we are going to learn how it's done. If you're brand new to my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you're returning to my channel, also hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments for myself or Theodore, we are happy to get back to you guys. And yes, let's get straight into today's performance. Okay guys, so in the performance, or in the title of this video, I think I said best no setup impromptu card trick or something like that, something along those lines. I haven't said it yet, but the time you watch this, I have said it. I truly believe that this is one of those awesome no setup impromptu card tricks where somebody that's maybe not as versed with doing tricks on the fly, this is one to have in your back pocket. Not literally, but if you're at a party or something, and somebody asks you what do you do for fun, and you say you do card magic or card tricks, and they rip out a deck of cards and like, well, do something for us. This is one of those go-to ones that always gets a great reaction, and I've just revised it slightly. So then you say, okay, cool, this is your deck of cards, so this is obviously, it's not like I set up anything or whatever, and you say, okay, I'm just going to make a prediction, and then you just look for your prediction and you place it off to the side or give it to someone and they can hold on to the card, but make sure that nobody sees the card. Okay, there we go. So we have our prediction, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give the deck a nice shuffle, just like this. I'm going to give the deck a couple of cuts, just like that. Maybe give it one more shuffle, just like this. And now what I'll do is I'm going to show you what to do, and you can start doing it. Just start dealing 2 piles, just like so. Okay, and the spectator will then take the deck, and you instruct them, and they will start dealing 2 piles. You can say, well, you can take from the middle of the deck, you can take from middle here, and you can put a couple from the bottom, and you can also stop whenever you want. They stop, and you can just discard the rest of the cards. I know you guys recognize this trick, but just please stick around with me. There's a slight change to this trick, and I will show you the change. Then you tell the spectator that give me a number between 1 and 5, and I will discard those amount of cards. And the spectator says 4, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You discard those cards. This one, give me a bit more cards. Give me a number between 1 and 10. I'll discard those amount of cards. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Perfect. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to shuffle both little packets of cards. They're not really decks anymore. I'm just going to shuffle both to get them nice and mixed up. Now you handled the cards. You picked how many ever cards you wanted me to discard. You dealt out how much ever you wanted, and you said stop, and you stopped whenever you wanted. All of this control was in your hands, and I made these 2 predictions before you even touched the deck of cards. So let's see what we have. We have here, we have the 9 of hearts and the 10 of hearts. Okay, and would you agree that all cards have soulmates, like the 2 red 10s, the 2 black kings, the 2 red jacks, and so on? Let's see what we have found. We predicted the 2 soulmates. Anyway guys, I'm just going to quickly set up the old thumbnail. I think that makes a pretty good thumbnail, I think. Anyway guys, if you want to learn how to do this, please stick around for the tutorial. Guys, as always, 4 links in the description of any video. How to shuffle cards like a magician, you do need that for this trick. How to control a spectator's card, you don't need that. How to force a selection on a spectator, you don't need that. And how to do magician's choice, you don't need that. Okay, so obviously this is an old trick that works on this principle. I will show you quickly. Let's say, okay, so you can take any borrowed deck of cards or anything, and you start looking through the cards. This would be perfect for the unrevised version. So Jack of Spades and 5 of clubs. Now you look for either the Jack of clubs or the 5 of spades. So let's say we look for the Jack of Spades. And then the trick is the jack of clubs. You place the jack of clubs off to the side and it matches these two top cards. Then you can shuffle the deck, maintaining those two cards at the top. And now when you instruct the spectator what to do, you start dealing cards and you put these two back. And the spectator starts dealing. And this is, from here, it's very easy. They deal how much ever they want. Now you have the jack and the 5 at the bottom. You discard any amount of cards and you shuffle, controlling this jack back to the top. You do the same with this one. You discard a couple of cards and you shuffle, controlling the 5 back to the top. And then you give the whole, you could have picked any cards you wanted, blah, blah, blah. And there you go. We found the jack of clubs. But that's the standard version that I have performed on my channel before. A lot of people know this trick. But now, what happens in a scenario? Now, I used to say what you can do. I'm just going to take, let's use the 9 of diamonds and the 10 of diamonds again. Let's say now somebody gives you a deck of cards and you start spreading through and you have the 9 of diamonds and the 10 of diamonds. What card do you take? Do you take the 10 of diamonds or the 9 of diamonds? This makes it impossible. Now, what I used to say is you just give the deck a quick cut, because then it should be different cards. But that now makes it look like you set something up. So, revised version is, if these two cards are the same, you just make 2 predictions instead of cutting the deck, because now it's not no setup anymore. You cut the deck somewhere. Now you look for these 2 cards. So say it was the 5 of clubs and the queen of clubs. You look for the queen of spades and the 5 of spades. We have here the 9 of diamonds and the 10 of diamonds. So you look for their soulmates. I'm going to look for the 10 of hearts. That is only if it's cards with the same suit, or 2 9s, for instance. Because if it was, let's use that as an example as well. Let's say we have 2 9s and you start spreading through and you see it's 2 9s. I hope this makes sense. I'm sure to most of you that this does make sense. Or you can look for the 9 of spades and the 9 of diamonds. That doesn't work. So you look for their soulmates then. So if these 2 cards are either the same suit or the same number or picture, you look for their soulmates. This is the revised version instead of cutting the deck again. So I'm going to look for the black 9 and the red 9. Okay, so I'll look for the other black 9 and the red 9, and I'll tell the spectator I'm just looking for predictions. You obviously don't show them these predictions, and you also go through the deck without them seeing these 2 cards. Then you can shuffle the deck, maintaining these 2 cards at the very top, just like this. Link in the description. That wouldn't have worked. Link in the description how to do that, but obviously you make sure you do it right. I'm just trying to get through this trick quickly so that you guys don't have to watch this whole day, and then the rest of the trick stays the same. But now these 2 cards would match these 2 cards. When you do the whole reveal where you deal down, where the spectator deals down cards and you control these 2 back to the top, it will just match these 2 instead of, I think this makes sense to most of you. Let me know if this doesn't make sense, and I'll maybe do a bit more of a detailed tutorial, but I think this should make sense to most of you. Until next time, Martin Legend, and of course, Theodore, my trusty magic mascot. Peace, everybody.